The Iowa Heartlanders and the Kalamazoo Wings getting set to go. Wednesday night hockey here at Extreme Arena, and alongside Derek Damon, this is David Fine with you. And Derek, the Heartlanders coming off back-to-back wins against the K-Wings just last week. Looking back on those wins, how do you summarize a pretty good couple of performances?
Yeah, they were good. It was a good weekend for us. I thought there were two really good hockey games. I thought first period Saturday night we were really good. Obviously they came out and took the lead on a power play goal, but I liked our response. And then getting two goals within a minute, showed that we were there to play that night. Second period, we started off a little light. We weren't heavy on our sticks. We turned a lot of pucks over. First 7 minutes of the period, they scored. And then from there on out, I thought the rest of the second period was a really good period of play by both teams. Third period, a hard period from both teams. And then, in overtime, anything can happen. I like that we were able to bury with the extra attacker there for the brief period.
It's interesting, too, because that's one of the first extra attacker goals the Heartlanders have had this season. But in that moment, Will Calverley tripped up. You could say that, maybe stay out there and keep the same group out there, but all of a sudden a bunch of new players are hopping off the ice. So was that about to happen anyway? The line change right before he got tripped up anyway?
Yeah, the next guys up, I think it was Dorney and Louis were ready to go. Budgie and Cavs have been out there for a little bit, so they were going to be coming up anyways. And then Budgie stays out there because he's usually a guy that's out there on the power play. And then Masty was able to jump out, and we had four guys out there that know how to move the puck around and get an open look.
Drew DeRitter, there's so many. All the goalies this year have been impressive for Iowa. He's the second player in Heartlanders history to win goaltender of the week. Gave up just a few goals last week against Kalamazoo. And again, we've talked about him a little bit, but he's a guy that at the beginning of the year was the third goalie. Peyton and Hunter kind of wrote it in the beginning of the season, but over these last 2 months, he's really proven himself as a professional in this league. So how impressed have you been reflecting on it, how he's been able to build himself into a professional the last few months?
Yeah, like you said, he came in knowing that he was the third goalie. He was looking for an opportunity, and he knew he had to buy his time, and he did that. He came to work every day. He showed up. He worked hard. He was on early and on late, staying on late. So, being a true professional, when he got his opportunity, he kind of ran with it. And you're seeing that. We have three capable goalies, which is it's a great luxury to have at this time of year.
We talked to Anthony Ferriolo before today's game. He's sort of been slotted in a bunch of different defensive roles this year, and Heartlanders have been going 10 forward, 7 defensemen recently. Adds a little bit of flexibility on your end, and specifically with Anthony. What have you seen out of him that you've liked from Anthony's play the last few weeks?
Yeah, Tony's got elite feet. He's able to escape pressure really well because he can just gauge the pressure and use his feet to skate out of trouble a lot, kind of like Kyle Masters does too. So Tony's been really good in that respect, and he's also a guy that you can put him on the power play and he can kind of run it up top. And so we've been very happy with Tony since we got him at the beginning of January, and he's been a nice addition. He's a kid that went to Army, so his character's really high. He's a good guy to have in the locker room, captain Army. I like Tony a lot.
It's really good to have another North Jersey guy around as well. So, Derek, thanks for a few minutes.
Thanks, David. Have a good one.
Absolutely. We'll be right back after this on the Iowa Heartlanders Broadcast Network.